Archaeologists in Israel have found something fascinating, but kind of mysterious. And these are the finds that I absolutely love, where context illuminates everything. So, for that context, let's turn to everyone's favorite Israeli tour guide, Yoav Rotem. Shalom, Yoav.
Shalom Raj. So basically, what was found is another amazing. For me, again, it's an amazing piece. It's a little seal made out of a light brown gemstone with kind of three rows. On top, they have four pomegranates as decoration, something very small. Someone wear it as a pendant, actually, and it's dated to the 8th century BC. Now, the two other rows that below the pomegranates, we have Hebrew language, ancient Hebrew, and we have a name belongs to Mekach, the son of Amichai, which is a Hebrew name. And what's so fascinating is not only this the thing that was found, and I can describe a little bit more about it, but it's also what was found around in the site that they're actually excavating to enlarge and create a wider road in the northern part of Israel. Raj, one more thing. Just look at if you look at the seal on top of it, we have four pomegranates as a decoration. If you think about Jewish art until today, to that day, I'm very connected to art. My wife is an artist, and we have the pomegranate as Jews cannot put face as emblems or decorations, nor animals because of the Ten Commandments. So the pomegranate becomes one of the most Jewish typical decorations to put almost 2700 years ago up until today. You have people putting pomegranates as decorations, as the paintings, as ceramic. It's unbelievable, and it's one of the fruits of the land as well. So it's kind of like really cool. I personally really, it was something very connected, that I could really connect to. So that's really cool, I think, as well.
Well, to me, that's what I love, is seeing these little discoveries, like the big ones. Like if it just said, Hezekiah, and we do have things like that. That would be awesome. But it's these little things that add so much context. I've been randomly reading First and Second Kings, and I don't know who this is for. This might be for you if you're watching this. Sometimes, if you read these old books of the Old Testament, I don't know, might not feel like, gosh, did this actually happen? Were these people real? And I want to give you 100% confidence that what the biblical narrative displays is being displayed in modern archaeology. Yoav, you and I have talked about a number of discoveries. I'm going to get back to that to this seal in just a second. But two of the more famous discoveries, the Tel Dan Stela and the Black Obelisk of Shalmaneser III, are these things that are like 2,800 years old, and they're kind of famous. One of them is in the Israel Museum, one of them is in the British Museum. I've seen them both. And what's amazing to me is I was just reading scripture, and here you have in 2 Kings 9 talking about Jehu, son of, and the thing says from the house of Omri, which is very specific and lines up perfectly with scripture. And then the Tel Dan Stele was talking about
Yoram.
uh, Hazael, the king of Aram, Aziahu, the son of kingdom of David, and the
Joram.
Joram. And here you have Joram, son of Ahav, Aziahu, son of Joram, went to war against Hazael, king of Aram. It's like literally on one page, on one
Yes.
page of the Old Testament, you have these two completely separate, made hundreds of miles apart, depictions of the Bible being validated. And to me, that's what's just so beautiful. It's not that we need archaeology to prove our faith, but it's the fact that literally these like kind of obscure things that are happening, the Bible is just proved over and over and over again. And here you have, Yoav, ancient Hebrew from like 800 BC. So if the Jews aren't indigenous to the land of Israel, I don't know why we keep finding all of this ancient Hebrew. This ancient Hebrew, Yoav, can you read it, or is it like a paleo version of the Hebrew that you know?
Obviously, we can read it because we practice, but it's not the Hebrew exactly that we use today. The Hebrew has changed in Babylon. When we come back from Babylon, there is a change in the letters, but this is exactly the same pronunciation. what's so fascinating about this seal is that it's actually giving us what kind of a wider understanding. First of all, the names. The names, it's something that we can add to our name catalog from that time. Amichai is a name that you can find people in Israel. Amichai means my people are alive. Ami Am is nation or people. Chai is alive. My people, Am Israel Chai. But that's a
Right.
now, finding it in the northern part of Israel, actually in the land of the ancient kingdom of Israel, which is not existed at that time, it was destroyed a little bit before by the Assyrians. We have Judean influence already in the land of Israel, the land of the ancient kingdom of Israel. We know that is related to Judah because they found over there seals of vessels that were supposed to send as kind of text or taxes to the city of Hebron, and Ziph, which we know were part of the Judean kingdom south of Jerusalem. So we have kind of like the kingdom of Judah on steroids, even in the north, kind of like something that is enlarging even stuff that we've known until today. And
Hmm.
that's fascinating. Connecting to what you said, continuing the story of the Bible to the destruction of the kingdom of Israel, and then the kingdom of Judah before its destruction in 586, getting over there to the northern part.
What an incredible name, Amichai, because as you're right, Chai is life and Am is people. As people say in Israel to this day, Am Israel Chai, which means the people of Israel live. But here you have yet another example and obviously, I don't think people knew exactly the significance when this was buried 2,800 years ago. But just again, thousands and thousands and thousands of years of the people of Israel being destroy people that they're being displaced, all these kingdoms, Assyria, Babylon, Rome, Pharaoh, the Nazis have tried to destroy this one people group, and yet I'm Ehai. I mean, the people live right to this day. Here you are, a descendant of the people of Judah in the land. You currently, right now, you are in Judah, which is just amazing. And so, yeah, I think that the gates of hell will not prevail against that which God has ordained. And I do think that there is a biblical thread through all 66 books of the Bible that God is up to something with the restoration of Israel, rebuilding the ruins, regathering the remnant. Um, I think it's really, really incredible that we're living in these prophetic times. But Yoav, as always, love you, my brother. God bless. Todah rabah, my friend.
Thank you very much, Raj.